Welcome back. This is episode 2 of Let's Play KotOR 2. Once again, I have no cursor, but if I can... Oh, wait. I will click on load game. Hold tight. There we go. Alright, so the game actually crashed before I could save it. Thankfully, the game auto-saves, so we don't have to do the whole... I mean, I guess we could skip the prologue anyway, but I'd rather not. So I don't want to think my character again and everything. So, load... Please tell me my cursor's going to appear once we get in the game. I think it will. Yay, I saw a cursor. Alright, we saw this scene already, but for those of you who might have skipped the prologue, I'll let us watch it real quickly. It's very short. So. Oh, sorry about that. I felt this needs someone on there. There's nothing I could do. Not using push to talk, obviously. I'm just using pick up whatever the alternative is. So if you hear strange sounds, that's why. It'll make things interesting. Alright, so here we are. Trying to get our bearings. We're obviously very disoriented. We're in some kind of medical facility in the Peragus mining station. Although my character doesn't even know that yet, I don't think. I think you can come back here to heal if you want to. Yep, you can heal. But we're already healed, so we're not going to bother with that. So I don't know who... Yep, thank you. I don't know who put me in that KotOR tank or how I got here. I was in some kind of battle. Next thing I know, I woke up here. Obviously, we, the player, knows that T3 had something to do with it, but he got attacked by that HK droid or whatever it was, so... Possible. Don't have enough security still, or you just can open that door. Actually, part of this is coming back to me now. Like I said, it's been years and years and years since I played this, so there's computer, access medical logs. I think these are actually voiced too, so let's do the most... the first one chronologically first, so 253-12.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the KotOR tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Peragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to...
Alright, so it looks like there are people... The T3 was able to plot a course to Peragus. Somehow the ship made it to the docking bay fortuitously. And the miners here took us to the medical bay so we could heal. So that's pretty... That was nice of them.
Could be a Jedi. But we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially KotOR, are already another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the KotOR tanks in time, but the rest...
So that explains the other people in the KotOR tanks
One
around
of the
there.
wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics.
The plot thickens.
Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them, and moved them down to maintenance. But we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning. There has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency
She jinxed it.
lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay! Everyone evacuate!
Well, that didn't seem to end well for the medical crew. So something really screwy is going on, or was going on, in these, in this mining facility. Apparently while we were unconscious, a lot of things went down. Alright, so Culture tank 1, patient deceased, patient deceased, patient recovered, patient deceased, patient deceased. So apparently my friends in the other culto bays are actually dead bodies, and I'm the only one that made it through. I guess probably because of my Jedi recovery and whatnot. Patient treatment, all subjects for severe plasma burns. Okay, that's interesting. Last treatment request resulted in death for all subjects except for patient 3, who was reduced to minimal life signs. So it sounds like they might have been poisoned, and only my Jedi training allowed me to survive it. Yep, a lethal dose of sedatives was administered to all the tanks, including number 3. Do I have a computer spike? I don't. Grr. Maybe I can find one and use it to see who did that. Oh, what's this? Access medical bay camera. It's gonna help me any. Morgue camera. There's a couple dead people there, it looks like. Unlocked door to morgue. Well, that's handy. Unlock medical storage room. Is that the room I'm in? No, it's the room next door. Cool. Access inventory. That doesn't really help me at all. Alright, so I got a med pack, looks like. I don't remember picking that up. I guess we did it at some point. More med packs. Chemicals. Oh, okay. That's right, the crafting system in this game is really robust, at least compared to the first one, which isn't saying much. And you can use chemicals and parts and all to build things. That's where I got the medical packs from before. So we'll save those chemicals because we'll probably need them to make things later on. That's actually a really cool feature I totally forgot about. Plasma torch, we might need that. Old dead lady isn't actually dead. Woo.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead?
I thought you were dead.
Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the KotOR tank about you. How do you feel?
You're one to talk. Probably smell like old lady. Let's see. I'll say a little disoriented. Was it your voice I heard in the KotOR tank?
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained.
So she's
for
a
such
Force
things.
user. Is she a Jedi or something else? Just stay out of my mind in the future. Now, what do you want?
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Kreia, for the record, is like one of my favorite video game characters of all time, so we'll get to know her better as the game goes on. So the last thing I remember, I was on board a Republic ship, the Harbinger. What happened to it?
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi
does she
training,
know all
no
this?
doubt.
So I actually wasn't on the Ebon Hawk then during that battle that the prologue mentions. That's interesting. I guess I was on this Harbinger, and then somehow ended up on the Ebon Hawk with the droids. And I guess this old lady was already on the Ebon Hawk? I don't know. I'm trying to piece together what happened here. I'm no longer a member of the Jedi Order.
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
Maybe I just have some rocks in my pockets. Not that this outfit probably has any pockets, but that is no business of yours.
So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now.
Alright, what's going on? How do we get here?
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in, the Ebon Hawk, must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Care to explain why you're in such a hurry?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons,
probably
and
good.
information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
I do have some persuade skills. Let's give it a try. Are you sure there's nothing else you can tell me about this place?
Even as I slept, I felt much unrest here. I saw strange visions.
There's not like a
minds
succeed or fail
covered
thing.
with
That's
fear.
interesting.
Now, everything here feels terribly silent. A last word of caution. I would find out as much as you can about this place quickly. I fear we will need to depart as suddenly as we arrived.
So, apparently people were alive while we slept, as the logs do show. But something happened to them. Alright. I'll go look for our ship and some
You may
weapons.
wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions.
Alright, and this heavy robes from the 1960s there. Let's see. The patients in medbay were killed by a lethal dose of sedatives. Any idea how it happened? I wonder if that's like accusing her of it. Could she have done it?
I do not know. Why did they spare you?
They didn't. Oh, there. They didn't. I got the same dose but survived.
Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious.
You seem to know a lot about Jedi techniques.
And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later
Yeah,
on.
we'll grab a drink, play some
Now
Bazaar.
we have other concerns,
It'll be nice.
among them finding our new enemy.
I'll return soon to make sure you're
I
alright.
leave you to the explorations of this place. Here, I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Centering yourself. Yeah, you do that. Good, light side points. I'm going to make this a light side-ish character. Woo! I guess because I went to help her. Oh, I should probably save it before I crash again. New slot, up, save. Diavara 1. Yay. Nope, no. Alright, there we go. So, we've explored this little zone here, and I don't know if I can security this or not. Let's see.
Emergency
Nope.
lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
Alright, so let's equip my plasma torch I found. Apparently that'll help me bash open the door. We got this. Ha, take that door. Didn't stand a chance.
Overridden.
Corpses. Okay, got a better weapon. Alright, so the game is suggesting we use our vibra cutter, and I tend to agree. Although, let's put it in our second set. And how do you switch weapons? I might have to rekeybind that actually, because in the last game I used Z to switch between party members. But if they're actually you can switch weapons in this game, I might have to use that to be a Z key. Z, and then droid parts. Make something else swap party members. Alright, I don't know which way to go from here. So I remember the general levels of the game. Oh, combat droids. Let's use power attack. Why not? I remember the planet to go to and party members and major stuff like that, but I don't remember like the individual level design or layouts and all. My character is not frozen in place like the last game, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that bug was only in KotOR, not in KotOR 2. I think they are the same engine though, so not too excited yet. It looks like this might be like a giant ring. The module curved a little bit. So that's interesting. You can see like the rock walls of the mining facility around us. You can really feel like we're in some tunnels. Broken droid. Get some more parts from him. Emergency hatch.
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Visions. Also, yeah, how am I hearing you, Kreia? There's only silence. Okay. It is odd that this emergency hatch hasn't opened, considering the circumstances. Yeah, this is pretty much an emergency. There may be a way to open it if you can get to an access terminal. Alright, so we have our first sort of subquest here. Obviously, our main quest on this planet is getting the hell off it. So we will have to find a way to get to the Ebon Hawk to do that. But first things first, let's try some security on this. Skill too low. I have security though, right? Let me try tunneler. There we go. Chemicals, grenades, components. Components are they're like chemicals, I think. Security desk. Check the records. Peragus safety hollow orientation.
Is this thing on? Alright, all hands, especially you, KotOR.
Where's that
Listen
KotOR
up,
guy
because
go?
I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Peragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Peragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out.
Alright, so that's interesting. So apparently we can only use sonic weapons here, and I guess melee weapons too. So that'll be interesting to see I'm pretty sure the game is actually going to respect that, and you're actually going to be finding sonic weapons and not regular blaster weapons for the duration of this level. Access report logs.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The
So that
three
corroborates
idiots were
what
grouped so
Medical
close
was
to the
saying.
charge, it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just KotOR and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives.
Yeah, pretty much. Mining droid maintenance logs.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I can just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
That sounds quite
Sir,
painful.
these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you
Well, I do
to find
appreciate
out
that, at
how
least.
these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility, and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Administration console maintenance.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console.
Smart
As
thinking.
added insurance,
think
I
it saved
tied the
them, but-
override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt KotOR or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped.
Or you will be. So I don't quite get what he was saying there about how the door wouldn't open unless all the droids were deactivated. I don't know.
I
That'll
secured
probably be
the
a plot
stealth
point, but
field
we'll see.
generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors.
We have some stealth skill, we
All
could
I
do
need
that.
to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As
That
long
is
as I
not
don't
proper
get too
sentence
close to the
structure.
droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should
Okay, I
buy
see.
me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down
That's
than
where we need to
destroy
get.
them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. Maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
And that's about it for this one. Camera controls. Main security office, that's where I am now. Security storage room. Oh, lots of droids there. Communications cluster, that's where we need to get to. Holding cells. Oh, there's somebody alive in here and imprisoned. Emergency hatch to mining tunnels, that's where we were trying to open before. That's all we have here. Alright. So, I did want to find... I like that it tells you if it's empty. That's really helpful, actually. What did I want to find? I wanted to find a computer spike to... Do I have any computer spikes yet? Because I wanted to go back to the medical area. And, not yet, I don't. I wanted to see if I could figure out who might have given me that treatment.
Careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives.
Suitoroids. Kreia, what?
Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
With Kreia's help, you have gained the passive precognition power. When this power is triggered, you should save your game. Well, that's convenient. Alright. we're gonna save it anyway, because why not? Actually, we can do a quick save. I set up quick save. And F8 is quick load, so I won't be in danger of hitting them, because F4 is... By default, F4 is quick save and F5 is quick load, and those of you who watch my last Let's Play might remember that causing issues at one point. So I just changed it right off the bat this time.
You hear it. It
Yeah,
is
more
faint,
talking.
but it is there.
What's happening?
It is the Force you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget.
That's true, I guess I don't have the Force yet, even though I'm a Jedi. But it doesn't feel like it did. It feels like it's coming from across a great distance.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Alright. So when I level up, I can get some Force abilities. That's cool. So apparently, she's a Jedi who, for some reason, we'll discover later on, gave up her Jedi-ness. And, oh, I don't have any tunnelers either. Maybe this one's easier? No. Is it just a save I failed, or is it, I think it's actually too low. Alright. Maybe we'll come back and find more tunnelers later. But let's level up in the meantime. Force sensitive and unarmed specialist, cool stuff. Alright, skills. We do get 4 skill points, which is what I was hoping for. So we can give them to each of the 4 skills we decide to level. Security, persuade, stealth, and computer use. What's the recommended? They say awareness instead of security, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do security, because that's what we decided to do. Actually, I wonder if maybe I'll have enough skills to open it now. Alright, so lots of force powers here. Heal is obviously a good one to get, but we can't get that to level 6. There are more force powers in this game. Well, slightly more. Not a lot, but there are definitely more than in the first game. Let's see, Force Aura, we give ourselves more defense. Speed, we'll probably go with that. It gives you speed and defense. This gives you an extra attack, and Master Speed gives you 2 extra attacks per round, which is a really powerful ability because it doubles the amount of attacks you can do per round. Or if you're using a single weapon, it triples it. So that's obviously a really good ability. Force Valor increases our saving throws, and physical attributes, which is pretty nice too. And our entire party, so that's a nice buff. Energy resistance is like a personal energy shield, but force-wise, can't do force barrier yet, can't do force resistance. Force body, that's interesting. When you use that, all force powers will take half of their total from your vitality and half from force. So that's it's a neat concept. I don't know how good it is. That's good. A combat revive, essentially. What's the difference? This power allows the Jedi to revive 5%. Oh, all allies. This is one ally. This is all allies, and this is all allies with 10%. Yep, I'll definitely want to get that at some point, because you can't res in the first game. This game you can. Affect Mind is like a forced version of Persuade. That's definitely something I lean towards getting as the main character. Stun is good. Stun Droid. Stun Droid is especially good right now. Actually, maybe I'll get that, because it does damage too, despite the name. It is a light side power, so if I do end up going like full light side, it'll be good later on. Good old Death Field. Force Confusion. Oh, that's nice. You can actually get an opponent to fight for you. That's a lot of fun. Force Deflection. Alright, so let's go for Stun Droid, because there are a lot of droids here, and they're all going haywire. I feel like that would be good. What does it recommend? Just curious. It does recommend Stun Droid. Good. Made a good choice then. Alright, sorry that took so long. In the future, I won't be taking quite as long with level ups, so I kind of know what I'm going to be doing. But I wanted to kind of explain my reasoning as well, so you can think about doing the same while you're leveling up your character. There's that hatch we have to open. I wonder what's over that way. Probably nothing, because it's the edge of the map. It's probably like a door that's locked. Okay, droids. Let's do it. Stun Droid. Down you go. You can see it's using up my force. Actually, my force is getting used up really quickly at this point in the game. Let's use some power. Don't have a ton of force. I'll start with a stun and then just do some power attacks. It does some damage and it keeps them stunned for a few seconds, so I don't lose any health while I attack them. Oh, I missed. Let's do regular attacks. I think it said Y was the that's the delete button. Let's see. Gameplay, key mapping, game. Is that bound to anything again? Cancel combat. I don't really need that. I can always disengage with something else. Slash cancel combat. And then let's make F. What are we gonna make it? How soon we forget. Wow, I don't honestly remember what I was gonna use F as. Well, F this then. Alright, I'll remember at some point, I'm sure. I don't know. I do not know. Also, I think helping. Oh! Wow, that's a graphical glitch, but it just paused because I saw my Android. So, yeah, there we go. I might disable that later on too, we'll see. But I think you do regenerate health in this game, just very slowly, unlike the first game. Another droid we can attack. Oh, cancel, that was it. You gotta remember. Cancel previous action. Gameplay. Key mapping. Alright. Games. There should be a cancel previous action thing. I think it's bound to Y to begin with. Clear combat action. Oh, to C. Okay, I bound it to C. I'm actually... We'll go with that. We'll just leave it as C. Whether or not I remember to use it, we shall see. Ha! See what I did there? There's that door that I think I locked. Oh, okay.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read.
Well, he doesn't look like a Jedi, but maybe he's had some kind of training to resist.
But you have nothing
Force
to fear
probes.
from this one.
That's good.
And he might yet prove useful.
It's another living person on the station. That can't be a bad thing. But that's the door, I guess, to the prison cells that he talked about not being able to open. There's some more droids down here. It's weird, the little stuff you remember. Having not played this game in like 7 or 8 years, I suddenly remember that there's a droid down here. Can't remember the answers to like my most recent history exam, but I can remember this crap. Although I graduated last fall, so there will be no more history exams. Yay! Alright. Medical supplies. I still wish there was like a rest option like in Morrowind. At level 6, definitely get heal, so you can use Force to heal, because this... Oh, okay, it does regenerate just very slowly. But you can do it faster by using Force powers to heal yourself. Look for the override switch. I found it! Go me! Open the door. Nice, got some XP going on. Alrighty. Time to see who this guy is. What's this area called, by the way? This is the administration level.
Nice outfit. What, you miners
Yeah,
change
I should've
regulation
found some clothes
uniforms while
before
I've been in
this.
here?
Keep those eyes up and tell me who you are.
Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns.
Who does it? That's good. This facility's deserted. What happened?
You mean before or after that Jedi showed up?
That'd be
Either
me.
way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means.
I don't know why it's flickering.
Where there's
Sorry
one
about
Jedi,
that.
the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange
That'll
has
probably be
posted for
KotOR
live
watching the
Jedi. Well, what
recordings.
passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting. Then there was some big explosion. I was sitting here for a long time. Then you showed up in your underwear and things got a lot better.
There's a bounty on captured Jedi. Why?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the Exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left.
It's all coming back to me
Wouldn't
now.
surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Little inklings of future plots to come. Not many Jedi left. What happened to them?
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
So yeah, this character, in case it's not obvious, this is not the same character as Game 1. I probably should have mentioned that. I named them both the same thing. I'm going to roleplay them the same, you know, personality-wise, but they are lore-wise two entirely different characters. I'm going to spoil things from the first game, so if you haven't played it, just don't watch this entire Let's Play, because it's, I mean, KotOR 2. Don't play KotOR 2 without playing KotOR 1, unless you don't plan on ever playing KotOR 1 or don't care about spoilers, because obviously it's a sequel. But in the first game, your character is Revan, who is, well, I won't get into the whole thing. But this character is not Revan. This character is a Jedi who put away her lightsaber a long time ago, and sat out the entire war pretty much, and is one of the last living Jedi who survived the Great Purge. We'll get more into that later. Anyway, stories I heard were of the Sith, not the Jedi.
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
Exactly. I've been away since the Mandalorian Wars.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
Okay, so this is kind of cool. You can't import save files from the first game to the second game like you can, I think, with Mass Effect and Dragon Age and some later BioWare games. But as a sort of workaround with that, this character can speak about the rumors they heard about Revan and Malak and kind of decide what happens. So the rumors I heard said Revan defeated Malak, then went to Corbin to unite the Sith. So that's if you want to like use the dark side ending as canon. Or you say I was led to believe Revan saved the Jedi and the Republic. I couldn't care if you just don't care. I'm gonna do the second one because in my save file, Revan was the light side user. So we're gonna go with that.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malak back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know, women.
And this you can choose if Revan was a male or a female. A little bit of a aside here. Canonically, Revan is a male, and the character you're playing now, the Jedi Exile, is a female. Both actually make a appearance of sorts in SWTOR, and were even referenced canonically as in those roles long before that. However, a lot of the fandom really wanted a female Revan and a male Exile to kind of flip things around. And honestly, having played both games, I actually agree with them. I think that would have been, especially playing SWTOR, I mean, it would be so much cooler if it was a female Revan the entire time. That would just be, like, there's just so many male characters in Star Wars, especially, like, powerful male Jedi and Sith. Like, having a female, you know, mega villain / mega hero would be, it'd just be really cool. But, and then you could have the male as the romance option if that was... Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that, but let's say... Yeah, I heard Revan's redemption involved her stopping Malak and she did protect them.
I
For this
wasn't
continuity,
there,
we'll make...
but I heard what she was like during the Mandalorian Wars, and it sounded like she was quick to wipe out anyone who crossed her. Dark Jedi are bad enough, but when a woman falls to the dark side, you better space
Well, how's that for
yourself before they
misogynistic?
catch you. No offense or anything.
Yeah, no offense. Enough history, let me ask you something
Look,
else.
not like your half-naked interrogation isn't a personal fantasy of mine, but... Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking
Bingo,
about.
took you long enough.
Where is everybody?
I don't know, this facility seems abandoned.
The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Sure. I think she actually has like that beauty mark too. That's kind of a nice touch in the character model. She also has like braids in her hair or something that I didn't notice before, but yeah. That's 2005 for you, or whatever this... Okay, I'm going to use my persuade skill now. Tell me your plan, and we can go from there.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You
Okay,
shut
a
down the
chance.
cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here.
Sound system sounds simple enough. Alright. So you can do persuade, intimidate. A bunch of other questions here. But let's try one thing first. The patients in the medical bay were killed with a lethal dose of sedatives. Know anything about that?
Huh? What are you talking about?
How is that a success? Anyway, okay. want to know if you knew anything and you don't.
So you done interrogating me, or are we gonna work together?
What would a fail have been? I'm not going to say anything. Well, either way, you didn't know anything to say, so... So... I don't know if I trust him or not. I'll switch up... No, that sounds dark side. I'm going to try it. Calm down. I'm going to keep looking around, see what I can find. Alright. I think to progress
You back here to
the quest,
torture?
though, you have to unleash him, so... I've come to let you out.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Well, at least he didn't shoot me in the back. That's good. Just stay ahead of me. Don't make any sudden moves. And I'm with the big vibra sword here, so... Like I said, he wouldn't have a blast or anything, because he's been in a cell all this time anyway.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space.
That's how the ship made it.
The
Take
hail
it to the
warns
field, I
them to
guess.
keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here. Suddenly, you've got access to the communication system from the inside.
Wasn't that
Zach,
clever?
The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is
that?
reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown, and hey!
Those of you who watch my Let's Play know that I like Zach. Or did, until that stupid thing at the end where you have to defeat the Rodian 10 times in a row. Anyway, sounds like you're about to tell me something I don't want to hear. That's a very Star Wars
This
line.
system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down for remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
I don't even know. Do I have repair skills? I don't know if I do or not. I don't think I do. I'll try anyway. That wouldn't be standard procedure in an emergency lockdown.
No. Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight and leave us here, trapped.
You know what actually I'm thinking? I wonder if it's not a success-fail thing with these skills anymore. I wonder if it's actually, if you don't have the skill, you just don't get that option to appear in the choice list at all. I think that might actually be the case, come to think of it. Alright, there must be some way to end the lockdown from here.
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Send out a distress call. Can we contact the miners?
We could try. But if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a
That
friendly
is
call
a
is going
good
to wake
point,
them up.
actually. Still, let's do it anyway.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Alright. Ollie Ollie Oxenfree, who's out there? Check. Oh, there's logs too. Let's do the logs. So which one was first? 12.
Tracked the freighter in. Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted into the asteroid field. Not much on board. One damaged droid, one annoying protocol droid, and a lot of bodies.
So
Sent
that
the
protocol
survivor to
droid.
medical and the others to the morgue. Didn't recognize the ship's ID code, so we transmitted it to the Republic for some answers. Questioned the protocol droid about what happened. Says his master, the survivor, I guess, was on the Republic ship the Harbinger, and it suffered an engine failure. He says the survivor was a passenger on the vessel and a Jedi. If so, that's gonna mean true.
That is going to mean true. So that protocol droid, we know from the first game and from seeing what happened in the prologue, is a HK assassin droid. So that's interesting that that droid was on the ship and appeared to be
Inventoried the bodies
conscious and working.
cargo. Everything matches the protocol droid story. The
And
T3
is
droid
infiltrating the
seized
station
up,
under the guise
so
of a
we left it
protocol
in
droid.
storage in standby mode. Don't know what code will access it. It could be it's voice activated for all we know.
$3
Put
is
the
my
protocol
voice.
droid to work in maintenance, sorting the mining droid comm routines and updating the recognition sensors. And to shut him up. When the survivor recovers, hopefully we
So
can
we
get
have
him
a
off this station
suspect.
before there's a
As soon as I arrived and that protocol droid arrived, the droids start going haywire. I wonder if he might have started messing with their systems. Seems
trouble
likely at this
between the
point.
work shifts. Word of the Jedi leaked out and the miners aren't sure what to do with her.
not up to
Quarter's
them.
mining crew wanted us to collect the credits for the bounty the Exchange has on Jedi, but I put a stop to that. We're contacting Telos to get the Republic records on the Jedi, but nobody will know word from the Republic. But I've sent out a broadcom transmission for records on this Ebon Hawk. One of the miners said it used to be a smuggling vessel. Accidents are making the miners restless. The droid behavior course must be undergoing some kind of binary decay. 2 miners were drilled by a droid's mining laser, and those blasts in the ventilation tunnels nearly caused the whole facility to blow.
So last we saw the Ebon Hawk, it was owned by Revan. And according to the rumor thing we saw before, Revan, after defeating Malik and saving the galaxy, disappeared, presumably on the Hawk. So how it got here and in such a damaged state, with 2 droids and an old woman on it, and rescuing me from this Harbinger ship that they've been talking about. A lot of holes to plug. Alright, let's try the comm system. Try the dormitories. No response. Hangar bay. As you access the hangar bay, there's a series of low-pitched whistles and beeps. It sounds like there's a utility on the other end. Could that be DRT-3? Can you read me? It is! Oh, I remember this part. See, it's come back. Do a diagnostic, then follow my instructions. I need another route off this level. Or, I'm gonna be nice. We're trapped up on the administration level. Can you unlock the turbo lifts? I'm gonna take that as a yes. There must be emergency hatches. Try to find one. I'd rather risk it than be trapped up here. So now I think we get to play as T3 again. We do! Alright. T3, who is down on the... Oh, that's the party screen. I wanted the map. In the hangar bay. Alright. That is the first zone of the game, though, the administration level, so I'm going to save it here and cut the recording. We'll just save first in case it crashes again. We'll just call this one Leovar 2 for now. My naming conventions kind of get haphazard as time goes on. Oh, no. Keep doing that. Alright, we're going to end episode 1 right here, or episode 2 rather, if you count 1 as the prologue. And stay tuned for episode 3, and we'll figure out what the hell's going on in this mining station.